Hello, welcome to Intimate Lens. I'm Dr. Katz. Today we'll discuss 7 common reasons for loss of libido for women. I'm sure you will find it of interest. Let's check it out. We have several videos on this channel where we clearly explain and illustrate that female sexuality is controlled by her mind. That is the biggest sexual organ for a woman, the biggest in the sense of function and the most important one. Female sexuality is expressed physically through the clitoris. That is the organ of arousal. And then she feels it throughout her genitals and over all her body. But first, the head has to be in the right place, in a positive, and then she will get into it by way of physical stimulation on her clitoris and wherever else it is that makes her happy sexually. But breakdowns occur, and female sexuality is a complex topic. It is much more subjected to state of mind than it is for the male. Males can endure a lot more stress and still be able to function sexually, whereas for a female, as we say, a fleeting negative thought, and there it goes out the door. So let's describe and discuss main 7 reasons for loss of libido for women. There are more reasons, but these are very common ones, and they often repeat themselves. Reason number 1, the inability to shut down the brain. What does it mean? In order to get aroused, you cannot be constantly thinking or bothered by the mundanes of life or the responsibilities of life or the worries of life. The head has to be totally in a different place. And if you cannot do that as the female, or if you have anxiety disorder that's active, or anxiety rumination and fixation on things and worries and things to do and where I'm going afterwards and etc., then you're not going to be able to get there. The 2 parts have to be separated. There is the thinking brain and there is the sexual brain for a female. The sexual brain has to be quiet. It has to only focus on, let's feel the nice. Let's get into the nice. Let's see how I like my nice today. It cannot be bothered by disruptions. So make sure you take measures to get there. Common reason number 2 is poor self-esteem. It's psychological inhibitions. It's any reason that you feel, it's not for me. I don't deserve that. I'm not happy with how my body is and I cannot allow the partner to see it, touch it, feel it. I am not as good as XYZ out there or in the media. I'm not good enough. That will get the brain in a bad, sad place. And again, you cannot get into the sexual brain of quiet, looking for nice, bothered about nothing else but how can I get more and more into the sexual act, and how can I allow my body to act up, as in get aroused, get stimulated, and take me away. Reason number 3 is a collection of fears. Fear of pain. Will it hurt? Will my body react to it? Etc. Fear of infections. Fear of loss of control. Fear of pregnancy. Any other worries that the woman may have. That will again occupy the brain with worries and not allow the sexual brain to come around. Of course, there are measures to be taken to solve all these problems, but when you have them and they're so ingrained in you and you begin to allow these fears to guide your sexual behavior, in a sense of allowing yourself to get into it and not bother about them, then they're going to become a pattern, and that's going to need help, serious help, often professional help. Another note over here, when we speak about loss of control, we have heard it from many patients. It felt nice, 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 nice as she got more and more and more aroused. And then I felt like I'm going to lose it. I felt like it's going to do something. And then it caused me to freak out. It caused me to worry. And the whole thing went away. Yep, there was a bad junction over there. And it is normal as the climax is approached by men or women to feel that the body takes over. That sexual sneeze climax feeling is just going to happen and it's going to take me with it. We are not afraid to sneeze if we have an itchy nose or a cold. We don't like it necessarily, but we allow the sneeze to happen. But that sensation of the body taking over and it's going to happen scares a lot of women. And therefore, what's the solution? I'm not going to get there. So pretty soon, even the arousal is going to become, why bother if I'm not going anywhere with it? Or why bother if it's going to hurt me or scare me when it happens? So they just shut down. There you have a very common scenario. Reason number 4, the inability or the reluctance to speak up, to say what you like and how you like it, to say no if you do not want to engage or if you do not like this but you'd like that. Many partners think that they can navigate the event, but at the end of the day, it is the recipient, the woman, who is going to decide whether the whatever is done to her is to her liking, if it does the job for her. And men have this wonderful ability to speak up very nicely and very clearly about what they like. Do it here, do it there, do it faster, do it slower, do it harder, do it softer, etc., etc. Women somehow feel they don't have the right to speak up, to demand, in a good way, their sexual options. So what does it do? Again, it stops you from allowing the sexual brain to come into play. And pretty soon, you have lost it. You're disinterested, you're afraid, you're reluctant, you find excuses to go to sleep before or after the partner, so you will never be in a position to engage sexually. Of course, with it goes the fact that if you have a partner, or if there is a partner who is a little more demanding, more pushy, more forceful, when you feel that you have no say, there is another breakdown. And of course, you always have a say. The question is, do you feel you have the right to exercise it, to speak up, to say what you want? And the word no is healthy. It's okay. Use it with respect, but please use it. This concludes the first half of this presentation. Be on the lookout for part 2 of reasons for loss of libido. And together you will have all 7 to screen your own and see if you could use some help, some improvement, and add some spice to your sexual life. Like, share, subscribe. Let us know if you have any questions, and we'll see you next time.